Hello Army! Lights down, heartbeat up, because this is not just another ranking. This is a cultural X-ray of fame, timing, sacrifice, and how popularity actually works in 2025 when BTS are no longer just idols but living eras. Everyone thinks popularity is about who trends the most, who has the loudest fandom, or who breaks the biggest records. But here's the uncomfortable question nobody asks out loud. What if popularity today is about presence, narrative power, and emotional timing rather than pure hype? What if being number one doesn't always mean being everywhere, and being lower doesn't mean being loved less? That's why this list feels dangerous, surprising, and slightly controversial, because it doesn't flatter expectations, it challenges them. In 2025, BTS exists in a post-military, post-hiatus, post-myth phase, where each member stands not only as part of a legendary group, but as a solo symbol carrying different emotional weights for different generations of fans. Some members dominate variety shows and national affection. Some rule global music charts. Some quietly build cultural authority. And some shock everyone by not sitting where we thought they would. Why would Jungkook, often called the global pop prince, land at number 5? Why would Jin rise higher than ever? Why does popularity now feel quieter but deeper, less explosive but more lasting? This list isn't about who screams the loudest on social media today. It's about who stays in your mind when the screen turns off. It's about brand value, public sentiment, solo impact, media presence, generational appeal, and that invisible thing called emotional ownership, the moment when fans say, "This member feels like my era." As we count down, don't just ask who ranks where, ask yourself why your heart reacts the way it does. Are you surprised? Are you defensive? Are you curious? Because every position here tells a story of growth, pressure, expectations, and reinvention. This is not about competition inside BTS. It's about 7 different definitions of popularity colliding in 1 year. And by the end of this countdown, one thing will be clear. Popularity in 2025 isn't loud. It's layered, it's personal, and sometimes it hurts a little to accept. Now take a breath, drop your bias for a moment, and let's step into the countdown that everyone will argue about, but secretly think about all night. Number 7, the silent architect of respect. If popularity were measured only by noise, Suga would never sit at number 7. But that's exactly why this position makes sense in 2025. Min Yoongi's popularity today is not built on constant exposure or viral moments. It's built on gravity. The kind that doesn't pull you instantly, but once you're close, you can't escape. In a year where BTS members are redefining themselves post-military, post-hiatus, Suga stands as the quiet pillar, respected more than he is chased, admired more than he is screamed for. And that distinction matters. In 2025, Suga's popularity feels selective, almost intentional. He doesn't court the general public aggressively, and the public, in return, approaches him with a kind of reverence rather than obsession. His fanbase is fiercely loyal but mature, people who didn't just fall for an idol, but grew up alongside an artist who openly talked about depression, burnout, ambition, and self-worth long before it was trendy to be vulnerable. That honesty aged with him and with them. However, popularity in rankings like this also considers visibility, mainstream conversation, and emotional accessibility, and this is where Suga intentionally steps back. He is present through music credits, production work, behind-the-scenes influence, and carefully chosen appearances, not through constant public-facing content. In 2025, when variety shows, viral challenges, and daily updates dominate public attention, Suga's low-frequency presence makes him feel distant to newer fans discovering BTS for the first time. They respect his genius, but they don't always feel close to him yet. And closeness is currency in modern popularity. His solo work under August D remains critically powerful, layered, and raw, but it demands attention and emotional effort, not casual consumption. You don't play his music in the background, you sit with it. That creates deep impact, but not always mass appeal. His influence among musicians, producers, and industry insiders is enormous, arguably unmatched within BTS. Yet that kind of popularity lives in quiet rooms, not trending lists. In 2025, Suga feels like the artist other artists talk about, the member you discover later and then never stop respecting. He doesn't dominate brand endorsements with flashy visuals, he doesn't flood social media with daily updates, and he doesn't shape himself to fit algorithms. Instead, he lets his work speak, and sometimes work speaks softly. This doesn't mean he is less important. It means his popularity has transformed into something heavier and more durable, but less visible on the surface. Fans don't scream his name every day, but when they talk about authenticity, longevity, and artistic integrity, his name is unavoidable. Number 7 isn't a fall, it's a reflection of how the definition of popularity changes when an idol chooses depth over dominance. In a world obsessed with being seen, Suga chose to be felt. And that choice, while placing him lower on loud rankings, may be the very reason his legacy will last the longest. Number 6, the emotional mirror everyone sees themselves in. Jimin at number 6 in 2025 feels shocking only if popularity is mistaken for visibility, because what Jimin represents today goes deeper than screens and stages. His popularity has shifted into something intimate, almost psychological. Jimin is no longer just an idol people admire, he's a reflection people emotionally project themselves onto. In 2025, Jimin's presence is softer, quieter, but incredibly intense. He doesn't dominate headlines every single week, but when he appears, the emotional reaction is immediate and overwhelming. Fans don't just say he looks good anymore, they say he feels familiar, and that kind of connection is powerful but complex. Jimin's solo work carved a space that is vulnerable, fragile, and deeply human, music that doesn't shout for attention but asks listeners to lean in. This creates a bond that is strong, but not always loud. His artistry thrives in subtlety, in controlled emotion, in performances that feel like confession rather than spectacle. And in an era where virality often favors chaos, boldness, and constant reinvention, Jimin's consistency in emotional tone makes him feel timeless, but slightly less algorithm-friendly. Popularity in 2025 also depends on narrative momentum, and Jimin's narrative is internal rather than external. He isn't constantly reinventing his image, chasing trends, or provoking public debate. Instead, he remains emotionally honest, and while fans adore that, the general public often moves faster than quiet sincerity. Jimin's fanbase is fiercely loyal and emotionally invested, but many of them engage privately, deeply, not always loudly online. They stream, they feel, they stay, but they don't always shout. That matters in rankings shaped by noise. At the same time, Jimin's personality offstage adds another layer. He is gentle, thoughtful, sometimes visibly self-critical, and that vulnerability creates empathy, but it also makes fans protective rather than promotional. People want to shield him, not push him into every spotlight. In 2025, Jimin feels like someone fans want to keep close, not expose endlessly. His fashion influence remains strong, his dance artistry is still peerless, and his voice remains instantly recognizable, but his public image feels almost sacred, something to be respected rather than consumed. Newer audiences may admire him, but they don't always feel invited into his inner world immediately. That intimacy takes time, and popularity today rewards instant connection. Jimin's impact is slow burning. When he performs, people feel it days later. When he releases music, fans sit with it instead of replaying it mindlessly. That depth is beautiful, but it doesn't always translate to mass buzz. Number 6 doesn't mean fading. It means evolving into an emotional constant rather than a trending topic. Jimin in 2025 is not chasing the spotlight, he's shaping emotional memory. He is the member people return to when they need comfort, understanding, and quiet strength. And while that kind of popularity may not explode across charts instantly, it roots itself deeply in the hearts that matter most. Number 5, the global icon with too many shadows. Jungkook at number 5 in 2025 is the ranking that makes people stop scrolling, reread the title, and whisper, "Wait, how?" Because for years, Jungkook has been the definition of unstoppable popularity. The golden magne, the all-rounder, the face that crosses language barriers without trying. But here's the uncomfortable truth. When you shine for too long at the brightest point, the shadows around you grow larger. In 2025, Jungkook's popularity isn't gone. It's complicated. He is still globally adored, still insanely influential, still capable of breaking records with a single move, but the nature of his popularity has shifted from explosive discovery to familiar dominance. Everyone knows Jungkook, and when everyone knows you, surprise becomes harder. His solo success proved his global reach beyond any doubt, but it also placed him under a microscope few idols ever survive comfortably. Every release is compared not only to others, but to his own past achievements. Every performance is expected to be perfect because perfection became his brand too early. That pressure subtly reshaped how people engage with him. Fans still love him, but the excitement has matured into expectation rather than wonder. In 2025, popularity is partly about narrative tension, and Jungkook's story feels less mysterious right now. He is seen as already complete, and completion, ironically, can slow emotional momentum. Another factor is accessibility. Jungkook's image remains powerful, but also increasingly protected. Fewer spontaneous moments, fewer raw slips, fewer cracks for fans to feel like they're discovering something new. He feels global, polished, almost untouchable, and while that elevates him as an icon, it slightly distances him from the everyday emotional closeness that fuels hyperpopularity today. His fandom is massive, but also divided across global expectations, commercial success, and nostalgia for his younger image. Some miss the playful chaos, others celebrate the grown artist, and that split creates quieter engagement rather than unified noise. In contrast, other members in 2025 are riding waves of rediscovery, transformation, or emotional resurgence. Jungkook isn't rediscovered, he's recognized. And recognition doesn't always trend as hard as revelation. His influence in fashion, music, and performance remains undeniable, but influence and popularity are no longer identical twins. He dominates arenas, but he doesn't dominate conversation the way he once did, because conversation has moved to what's next rather than who is he. Number 5 is not a decline, it's a plateau at an extremely high altitude. Jungkook is standing on a peak so tall that movement feels minimal from above. And in 2025, while others are climbing visibly, Jungkook is holding the summit quietly. That still makes him legendary, but it also explains why his popularity feels stable rather than explosive. He is no longer the question. He is the standard. Number 4, the enigmatic heartthrob who breaks everything. Taehyung at number 4 in 2025 is a story that almost writes itself, yet somehow continues to surprise. Kim Taehyung, or V, is a paradox wrapped in charisma. He's effortlessly magnetic, yet surprisingly unpredictable. His popularity today thrives not just on aesthetics, but on the mystery that constantly surrounds him. Unlike Jungkook, who is seen as the global standard, or Jimin, who is a soft emotional anchor, Taehyung is a storm. He doesn't just walk into a room, he redefines it. And in 2025, after years of carefully curated artistic projects, solo ventures, acting roles, and those unforgettable social media moments that make fans scream in joy, his popularity has become more layered, more multidimensional, more volatile. He is the member you never truly understand, which makes everyone obsessed with trying. Fans aren't just drawn to him, they are magnetically, almost unavoidably, consumed by the question, what is Taehyung thinking? That emotional puzzle gives him a different kind of appeal in 2025. People who have followed BTS for a decade feel like they've grown alongside him, yet still haven't unraveled all the layers, and that generates a constant, bubbling fascination that is unique in the group. Popularity, in today's context, isn't just measured by numbers. It's measured by emotional engagement, by conversation density, by that subtle cultural resonance that makes someone endlessly memed, shared, and quoted. Taehyung hits all of that with a kind of chaotic elegance. His visuals are legendary, yes, but in 2025, what keeps him at number 4 is less about face value and more about presence value. His presence in interviews, in fan interactions, in collaborations, carries an energy that is addictive and sometimes disarming. He is deeply human in ways that feel refreshing compared to the idol perfection machine. Vulnerability, humor, eccentricity, and intensity, he blends them all without trying. And that authenticity is gold in an era where authenticity sells more than spectacle. Yet, paradoxically, that very unpredictability creates barriers for some. Casual fans may admire him but hesitate to fully commit because he feels wild, almost untouchable at times. That's the trade-off of enigmatic charm, deep engagement versus mass saturation. Taehyung's solo projects, including music and acting, also bolster his global influence. But unlike Jungkook, who symbolizes perfection and reliability, or Jin, whose current public image is warmth and universal appeal, Taehyung's popularity thrives on intrigue and discussion. He is the spark that ignites fan theories, artistic debates, and viral moments without even trying. In 2025, he embodies a certain dangerous beauty, a member whose charm doesn't just entertain, it captivates, challenges, and sometimes even intimidates. Number 4 is a delicate balance between dominance and mystique, and Taehyung walks it flawlessly. He is admired for being extraordinary, yet human enough to feel reachable when he allows it. That tension is why his popularity doesn't just linger, it lingers with intensity. He is the enigma fans return to over and over, the member who refuses to be fully known, and the one who keeps the story of BTS perpetually fascinating. Number 3. The eternal sunshine who lights every room. Jhope at number 3 in 2025 is a phenomenon that can't be pinned down by conventional metrics. Jungkook, the eternal beacon of light in BTS, has never just been a dancer or a rapper. He is a human mood, a walking dose of optimism that makes every fan feel like the world has a little more warmth because he exists. In 2025, his popularity is the product of consistency, relatability, and emotional generosity. Jhope doesn't just perform, he performs hope itself. Every stage, every solo track, every interaction radiates a carefully cultivated energy that is infectious, almost chemical in its effect on fans. Unlike other members whose popularity thrives on mystery, depth, or aesthetic perfection, Jhope's appeal is fundamentally inclusive. He invites everyone into his orbit, and in a world where so many celebrities feel distant, he feels like a friend you can trust. But this accessibility doesn't dilute his star power, it amplifies it. It's one thing to be liked for talent, another entirely to be adored for soul. That's why even in 2025, years into BTS' unprecedented journey, he remains firmly in the top tier of popularity. His solo projects continue to showcase his versatility, but they also reinforce his core brand: hope, resilience, and joy. Tracks like those from his latest album aren't just music, they are emotional lifelines for fans navigating their own struggles. That emotional resonance converts into a unique kind of popularity, one measured not only in streams and social media trends, but in the loyalty and gratitude of the people who follow him. Jhope's charm is also rooted in his personality offstage. He is consistently playful, humble, and expressive in ways that feel real, not scripted. Variety appearances, interviews, and live streams show a man deeply aware of his influence, yet uncorrupted by it. He laughs at himself, celebrates others, and acknowledges his own flaws, creating a relatability that is rare among global superstars. In 2025, this balance of warmth, authenticity, and talent positions him as a kind of emotional anchor for BTS fandom and the public alike. His popularity is steady, resilient, and emotionally charged, which is why even as other members dominate headlines or break records, Jhope remains unforgettable. He doesn't need viral controversy to stay relevant. His relevance is intrinsic, derived from the way he makes people feel seen, uplifted, and motivated. And in an era where fans crave not just spectacle but genuine emotional connection, Jhope's role becomes even more central. Number 3 isn't just a ranking. It's recognition of his enduring impact, the kind that transcends charts and trends. He is the sun in BTS constellation, the member whose light touches everyone it reaches, and in 2025, that light continues to shine brighter than ever. Number 2. the living legend who shapes every narrative. RM at number 2 in 2025 is not merely popular, he is monumental. Kim Namjoon, the leader of BTS, carries a type of influence that transcends stages, albums, and fan communities. It seeps into culture, conversation, and consciousness itself. His popularity is both intellectual and emotional, a combination rarely seen in global pop icons. RM is the voice that speaks for the group, the philosopher who frames BTS narrative in ways that resonate across generations. In 2025, he has evolved beyond idol status into something closer to cultural leadership. His public presence is calculated, thoughtful, and intentional. Every interview, every essay, every speech is an exercise in shaping perception, building empathy, and demonstrating intellectual authority. Unlike members whose appeal relies on visual impact, raw energy, or playful charisma, RM's power lies in influence. He is the one whose opinions carry weight beyond entertainment, whose insight is sought after in forums ranging from music critiques to social commentary. Yet, that level of authority is a double-edged sword. Popularity today often thrives on immediacy, relatability, and trending moments. RM's popularity, though immense, is slower, more reflective, and cumulative. Casual fans may admire him, but may not feel the same emotional attachment that drives viral frenzy. In contrast, those who engage deeply find themselves inspired, challenged, and forever loyal. RM's solo projects, collaborations, and even his poetic musings amplify this perception. He demonstrates that popularity in 2025 isn't just about chart dominance. It's about creating a legacy that intertwines personal intellect with public identity. Every award, every international recognition, every thoughtful interaction is a reminder that RM's presence isn't fleeting, it's foundational. His leadership style within BTS has always been a mix of guidance, insight, and emotional intelligence, and in 2025, fans recognize that the person behind the words and decisions is the same person they admire on stage. That duality, visible talent coupled with hidden wisdom, fuels a unique popularity. Unlike members who are loved primarily for charm, humor, or visual aesthetics, RM commands a respect that is profound and enduring. He doesn't need to chase trends, he shapes them. Number 2 is not a compromise. It's a testament to a type of popularity that is rare, considered, and lasting. RM is the anchor, the thinker, the member whose presence elevates every conversation around BTS. His popularity is proof that intellect, authenticity, and emotional resonance can coexist in global superstardom, and in 2025, RM continues to set the standard for what it means to be both influential and beloved. Number 1. The worldwide heart, the universal smile. JN at number 1 in 2025 is the kind of popularity that transcends logic, statistics, and even fandom debates. Kim Si-hyuk, often lovingly called worldwide handsome, has evolved from the visual centerpiece of BTS into a symbol of warmth, reliability, and emotional connection that the world can't resist. His rise to number 1 in 2025 isn't accidental. It's the result of a lifetime of cultivating presence, charm, and authenticity in ways that quietly, relentlessly resonate across demographics, cultures, and generations. Unlike other members whose popularity may hinge on talent, charisma, or mystique, Jin embodies a kind of universal appeal that feels immediate and comforting. He is approachable yet aspirational, playful yet profoundly grounded. In interviews, variety shows, and fan interactions, he exudes a gentle humor and patience that makes people feel seen and understood. In 2025, after years of military service and navigating the complexities of a post-hiatus era, Jin's popularity skyrocketed because he represents continuity and stability in a world where so much is ephemeral. Fans describe his presence as a hug in human form. His gestures, smiles, and even casual remarks carry an emotional weight that goes far beyond the superficial. Jin's solo projects also contribute significantly to this top spot. His ballads, soft pop releases, and thoughtful lyricism appeal not only to BTS fans but also to a broader audience who connect with his sincerity and expressive voice. Unlike members whose artistry may feel experimental or niche, Jin's music lands directly in hearts, inviting both reflection and comfort. Another factor cementing his #1 position is his cultural versatility. Jin's influence extends from music to fashion, memes, and social media trends, yet he navigates all these arenas without losing authenticity. His humor and relatability allow fans to feel included in his journey, while his talent and dedication command respect across the industry. In a world increasingly driven by viral trends and short-lived fame, Jin's popularity is remarkably durable. He doesn't just catch attention, he holds it quietly and powerfully. His position at #1 is also emotional. He embodies hope, joy, and reassurance, the kind of popularity that is both personal and collective. People don't just admire Jin, they feel connected to him as if he's part of their own life story. And in 2025, that emotional resonance has been amplified by years of growth, resilience, and heartfelt engagement. #1 is not just about being seen or celebrated. It's about being indispensable, unforgettable, and universally loved. Jin has achieved that, becoming not just the visual or musical centerpiece of BTS, but the heart that reminds the world why BTS exists beyond records and charts. His smile, humor, and unwavering humanity make him a phenomenon whose popularity feels inevitable, yet endlessly inspiring. In 2025, Jin is not just popular. He is timeless, beloved, and in many ways, the emotional compass for BTS and the fandom alike.